When you've finished watching the first sketching practice video that I made, you should have an Onshape document that looks like this. You have one sketch and it fully looks like what I made in the video. We're going to continue working in this same document, but on some different sketches to give you some more practice. So in order to do that and also make sure everything is easy to find, we're just going to set up a few naming conventions. So I'm looking at this first sketch right here. By default, it's called Sketch 1. I'm going to change the name of that. So I'm going to right click and then I'm going to select rename. I'm going to call it Video 1 because it's the sketch you made while watching the first video. Then click check. Now for your practice, you're just going to make some new sketches right here in this same document. And if I'm looking at all of the sketches and you start to see them on top of each other, that's going to become really confusing. So if you're done with video 1, everything is correct and you're ready to move on, as you hover your cursor over it, you can see over here this eye to hide it. So I'm going to click on the eye, and that's going to hide the sketch. It's still there, meaning that when I'm looking to give you credit for having finished it, I can still tell that you did it. I can unhide it and look at it. But you don't have to look at it constantly, so it's not getting in the way of what we're going to do next. So for your next practice, you're going to make a new sketch, still just sketch on the top plane, and then you have a handout that tells you what this sketch should look like. I'm just going to draw something random in this sketch for now. It's obviously not what you're supposed to create in the end. But when you are done with that sketch, notice how now it's called Sketch 1. Again, we're going to rename this to be more descriptive. I'm going to call it Practice 1 because it's in the practice section of your handout. Right? And again, when you finish Practice 1, you'll hide that, and then you'll go on to the next practice sketch that's also on your handout. So you'll make a new sketch, draw it on the top plane, draw whatever you're drawing. Obviously, it's not just a circle, but that sketch you'll also rename, and it will be Practice 2. So in step 2, where you are making those 2 sketches, you'll now have 3 different sketches in your Onshape document when you are finished with that.